So, another important thing in life is to work out. And I know it's been said before. I'm not, forging a new path here. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but maybe you need to hear it one more time. Working out is one of the best things you can do for your life. Besides, you get nice, cool calluses like this. Chicks dig them. Uh, no, but it's not about the chicks. It's not about the chicks. It's about you, okay? You're doing it for yourself. If you happen to attract someone else along the way, great, great. But really, it's about you. And so let's see if I can break it down here. The way I look at it is, and I know somebody else came up with this term, but it's called iron therapy. It is such a great stress reliever. It's such a great way. Working out is such a great way to kind of keep your head on the right way, shall we say? And then when you're done, it releases all these chemicals that give you this sort of euphoria. It's like they used to back when running. Well, I mean, people still do run, but when people started discovering running, apparently you just run. Was that from was it Anchorman? I believe it's called jogging. Apparently you just run. Yeah, but there was this thing called the runner's high, and it's the same for working out. Same, aerobic activity or anaerobic activity. So lifting weights, you still get this high, this euphoria from all these chemicals being released, endorphins, and I don't know if there's anything else, but these chemicals being released inside of you in your body that make you feel good. But beyond that, it's you're working towards a goal. Whether it's to gain muscle or to strip off the fat. You want to get more lean, cut, maybe a bit of both. You want to get jacked and you want to get lean, and so this is so it's a goal that you're attempting to reach, and it's one of these things that's if you do it right, if you maintain it, you're gonna be able to continue to do that throughout your life. So it's really a never-ending journey. But you can have milestones along the way. You can say, oh yeah, I hit this personal record, on the bench or the squat or the deadlift, or oh yeah, I got to this body weight. You can have milestones, but you're on this journey that just continues. And so that's an important thing to think about. The other thing is it isn't all unicorns and rainbows. I mean, it is tough work, but that's what men are supposed to do. We're supposed to suffer. We're supposed to go through hard things because that's the way that you create a sort of an armor, if you will, or it's the way that you toughen yourself up by going through hard things. If everything was easy, what would be the fun in that? Number one, and number two, that wouldn't prepare you for anything in life. So this creates discipline in your life, and discipline is necessary for getting things done. You talk about discipline. People say that discipline is it's hard to describe precisely what it is, but it is what is inside of you when you're not motivated. Motivated, I think, is tied in with emotion. But if you have, if you have discipline, that means that enables you to do something even when you don't want to do it. So you drag your ass into the gym, even when you don't necessarily want to feel like it, but you do it anyway. You do it anyway because you know that you have to, that you know that you should, And you know that once you're done, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm really happy I did that. I'm really glad I did that. Hell yeah. Yeah, sure. It was kind of, when I came in here, but boom, you come out of it, and there's no way you're not feeling happy. There's no way you're not feeling proud of yourself for going through it. So there's just so many benefits. Also, it's just as we age. I'm 53 years old. So as you age, it becomes even more necessary for retaining strength and mobility and balance and things like that. Particularly, yeah, like I said, for older people. When you're younger, yeah, you should definitely work out, but it just becomes so much more vital as we age. And so that's why I've continued it. I started my journey when I was like 12, 13 years old, and my dad got me he got me one of those. I don't know, a lot of you probably have never seen these, but the way that they used to make weights was to make them out of concrete and then cover them or encase them in plastic. And then you get a little bar that was about like that, and you could put these weights on there, and they would sell them at stores that aren't even around anymore, like J.C. Penney or Sears. So yeah, I got a set from one of those stores, and just with like a little bench, and all I knew how to do was bench and curl basically, and maybe overhead press, and that was about it. And then kind of I think when I was like maybe 15 or so, I started going to a gym, and then picked up more exercises from there, and then you start talking to other people, and maybe you start buying, bodybuilding magazines and things like that, and it just kind of snowballs from there. But when I started out, I just wanted to gain muscle, because I mean, I was a kid in the 70s, and so I was a fan of comic books. I liked the way the comic book characters were drawn. And I was like, yeah, I want to look like that. And of course I knew who Arnold Schwarzenegger was, Pumping Iron, Conan the Barbarian, and Terminator and all that stuff. I wanted to look like Arnold, So, and I was involved in sports too. I was involved in soccer. And so, you don't necessarily need to be the biggest guy out there, but when you're playing defense, it does get kind of physical, and you can kind of bump people around a little bit. So it pays to be muscular. And then, later on I did a little bit of lacrosse, and yeah, so it helped me in sports for sure. So yet another benefit right there, huh? So many benefits to working out. So if you haven't started yet, I suggest that you do. And if you do it on occasion, my suggestion would be get more regular with it. See if you can go, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week. Me, I go about 6 days, and I usually end up taking 1 day off. That's typically the way I do it. Cardio, I work in, not necessarily every day, but a few times a week. And I also hit the sauna. Just about every time I'm in there, I hit the sauna at the end. I save that for the end of the workout, because the sauna is just another great thing. And you can find all sorts of videos on YouTube about how great the sauna is for you. But yeah, in brief, I like to do it because it's my understanding that the body, you take in all sorts of toxins, and then with the sauna, with the sweating, you are able to rid yourself of a lot of those toxins through your pores, through sweating. The other thing is that it's also what's known as passive cardiovascular exercise. So you figure active cardiovascular exercise would be anything from running, getting on the treadmill, the Stairmaster, the elliptical, boxing, whatever. That's active cardiovascular exercise. Passive is you're sitting down, you're in the sauna, but it's still stressing your heart and your lungs. You're having to, because of the extreme heat, and you're just sitting there taking it, you're having to, your heart and your lungs are being stressed to some degree. Probably not as much as going out and running 5 miles or whatever, or sprinting, or whatever, doing a bunch of burpees, but it's still being stressed. So it's passive cardiovascular exercise. So I always do that. I always do the sauna, whether it's 15 minutes or up to like a half hour or so. I always get in the sauna after the workout. So it'll go the weights, then some cardiovascular exercise, then in the sauna. But like I said, the cardio is not necessarily every day. Ideally, like 3 times a week. So yeah, I just encourage you guys to, if you're not involved, get involved. If you don't belong to a gym, go to a gym, or if that's not your bag, get some equipment at home and then start looking through videos here on YouTube. There's a ton of them out there. There's so much information out there. You got to kind of sift through and figure out what's for you and what's not for you and what's right and what's wrong. But do your research. You'll find a bunch of just so much information, about working out. But yeah, just do it, man. Just do it, and you will love it. I guarantee it. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I will talk to you later.